What a ride 2020 has been. Today we're talking about how do you actually reset your goals for 2020 because it's been a very, very different year. And if you have kept the same goals and haven't readjusted, adapted, and reset your goals, and you think you're gonna make it anywhere, then you've got to be kidding. So stick around. Boom! What is up? It is Andrew V. Today, we're talking goals. Now, if you're new here, we talk about mastering your mind, transforming your body, and achieving freedom. Because those are the three pillars of success of any human being. So if you haven't yet, consider subscribing. So let's talk goals. Now, pretty simple, we all know, without goals, you're not going to actually achieve much. The analogy goes like this. If you have no goals, you've got a plethora of available things to do, but you still remain floating in space. So you might be looking around and be like, oh, I could do that. Oh, I could do that. Oh, I could do that. Oh, and I could even do that. But regardless, you're still a floater. Just because you know you can do it all, without concrete, actionable goals, you're not going to get far. And 2020 for me personally, and for most people, has been really, really tough. Because it seems that no matter what goals we set in place, that almost the next day something happens and then we can't achieve that goal anymore. And then we leave frustrated, upset, angry at the world. And if you're feeling any of those emotions, if you are feeling like the world is against you, if you're feeling like you just can't break through, you can't break through something, and you try and achieve something and then something else happens and then you're back to square one, then this video is 100% for you. You're gonna need to give me 5-10 minutes to go through what it actually takes to reset your goals and make sure for 2020 you're still kicking butt. And make sure that you stay around to the end of the video because I'm also going to show you the easiest way to be able to achieve your goals lightning fast. So we're going to first go through how do we reset it, how do we reset it for this year, and then how to actually achieve them. It's going to take me 5-10 minutes. If you don't have that attention span, this video isn't for you. Stick around. All right, perfect. So number one for resetting your goals. Biggest issue at the moment that's going on for the goals is the fact that we set goals and then our external environment invalidates our goals. I'll say that again. The external world, something happens, and then our goal that we set for that is now not achievable because the environment has dictated that that is not possible. For example, you might be in a business, and then they said you have to shut down your business. You can't operate because of the virus. Or for example, you may have had fitness goals and you've been going to the gym every day and then suddenly the gyms are closed. What are you going to do? Do you know what I mean? You leave disheartened, you leave feeling like you're always on the back foot. So number one most importantly throughout goals is to put it through the environment filter. I'll explain what that means. The environment filter for goals means simply this. The goal that I have set, what external environmental impacts can make this goal not achievable? Look, it's super important to be able to rationally, logically take a goal, write it down, and then analyze, well, what can actually stop me reaching my goals? Usually it could be people, usually it could be bad habits, but for 2020 specifically, it's what environmental changes can occur where my business or my life or my goal can't be achieved. For example, you might have had a fitness goal. So if you had a fitness goal and you said, I'm going to go to the gym 5 days a week, I'm going to lift weights and I'm going to get huge, right? That could have been your goal, right? Suddenly gyms are closed. You need to put it through the environmental filter. You put it through the environmental filter and you see that it's not going to be possible to achieve if gyms become closed. So, what can I do instead? Well, I could work out at home. I could get a video program. What environmental factors can damage that? Well, nothing. I have a phone, which I can watch videos on. I have a television, which I can watch videos on. And I don't see them taking away any of those privileges or luxuries. So can I achieve my fitness goals now based on the fact that I can put that through the environmental filter? Well, yes, I can. So step one, and really important, is take all your goals that you're going for at the moment, whether they be business, whether they be professional, relationship, fitness, health, whatever, and make sure you can put it through the environmental filter. It's really that simple. For example, I had a very clean eating regime, right? Then suddenly I didn't account for it, but the environment dictated that everyone went into panic buying and suddenly there wasn't any meat or wasn't any protein easily available. Suddenly my diet, which was heavily focused on protein, I couldn't get it anywhere. I put it through the environmental test and it didn't play out. So what I went and got protein powders. I went and got canned tunas because they'll never run out. And I basically pre-prepared myself that even if environmental factors of 2020 influence my goals, I'll still be able to achieve it. So whatever your goals are, put them through the environmental filter. Put them through that filter, and if it's going to be impacted by the environment, what can I do to make sure that I still have control of that goal no matter what happens externally? 2, and this is big, right? Because for a lot of people, the environment at the moment is so different, so wicked that a lot of your goals might actually not be achievable. They might actually not be achievable with the environmental situations at the moment. You put them through the environmental filter and you're like, I can't find a workaround. Number 2 is create or add goals that are accomplishable no matter what the environment dictates. For example, I like going to the gym, right? Reality is I don't have weights at home. And because I'm traveling, I can't lug around 100, 200 kilos worth of weights with me. So the reality is that goal is simply unaccomplishable. So if I'm looking to bench press a new record or squat a new record, it's just not going to happen. So what I need to do is I need to personally adjust and set a new goal that I know can be hit. I'm about to start a 30-day yoga challenge where I, at home, will do yoga every single day for 30 days. Now, yes, it's not weightlifting. Yes, it's not squatting. Yes, it's not going to build huge muscles. But this goal is accomplishable for me for the moment. And at times I have wanted to do this, I just haven't had the time or the desire or what have it to be able to actually do that. But at the moment it's perfect timing because I put it through the environmental filter and I can still do it right now. So if I put it through the environmental filter right now and I go, yep, I can do it, set yourself some goals. So number 2 is add some goals which are completely within your control, which means if I set it, I can do it. No matter where I am, no matter who I'm with, no matter what my environment dictates. So what you're going to have is you're going to have this long list of goals to start with. You're going to put them all through the environmental filter. You're going to realize that a few of them are just no good. You're going to cross them out. A few of them you're going to adjust and you're going to be like, well, I can do that, but it's going to look a little different if I have full control of it. Then, number 2, you're going to add some new goals which you can definitely accomplish. Now, you have got a fully fledged, gun-loaded, action-packed goal list that you can hand on heart say is almost unshakable. No matter what comes at it that way, I can do this, right? Make sure you have a list like that. When you have a list like that, you've already reset your goals. That's it. You've reset your goals for 2020. You are now ready to go and achieve your goals. But not everyone knows how to achieve their goals the best way. And I personally struggled. I would write down amazing goals and they would look awesome on paper. But when I came to do them, I didn't know where to start, or I'd feel like I would miss the ball, or I'd feel lazy or unproductive. So I didn't really know the best way to actually achieve those goals. That is until I've read hundreds of books and now I know how to do that. So you've stuck around to the end of the video. Here's what you do to achieve them. Really simple. 2020 is coming to an end. We've got about 4 months left or so. Now this can be applicable not only to 2020, can be applicable to 21, 22, even 23, even forever. But for argument's sake, let's say 2020. You take your goals and you map them out what you'd like to achieve in 3 months' time, or in 1 month's time, or by the end of the year, right? So put down the big goal. For example, I want to achieve 30 days worth of yoga by the end of the year, or by the end of the month, right? Now that's a relatively simple one. All I have to do now is go into my diary and now backtrack and write down every day where I have to do the yoga. So all I have to do is go through my diary every day, and if I go through my diary every day and do that yoga that I've set in, then by the end of the month I would have done 30 days of yoga. Now, let's extrapolate this. Let's say my goal was to do a handstand by the end of the year. Well, I'd be like, okay, what's stopping me from doing a handstand? Well, I'd need some flexibility. Cool, I'm gonna do 30 days of yoga. That's gonna start me off. I've planned that in. 2, what else am I gonna need? I'm gonna need maybe some core strength, okay? I'm gonna need to incorporate abs twice a week. When am I gonna do them? I'm gonna do them Tuesdays and Fridays. Put them through the environmental filter. Yep, that's fine. I can do them at home. I find a workout program which I can do at home for abs. Cool, schedule it in. What else am I gonna need for a handstand? Okay, well, I'm probably gonna need to start actually practicing handstands. So maybe I should put in 10 minutes a day where I practice handstands, but I don't do them every day. I do them every second day and start planning them in. So here's the thing, right? What I'm trying to get at is to be able to achieve your goals. A lot of the time we'll write a goal down and we'll be like, oh, well, I guess I'm working towards it every day. What you've got to do is write your goal at the end of when you want to achieve it already. And then say, what is it going to take for me to achieve that goal at this time? And then I go, okay, I'm going to need to know how to do a half handstand by November. I'm going to need to be able to do a quarter handstand by October. I'm going to need to be able to have core ab strength by August. So I need to basically backtrack. And if I backtrack and put in all the inputs that I need to do, then as long as I do all those inputs when they're scheduled, my goal becomes realized and achieved. So recap on all of that. Take all your goals that currently exist. If you're struggling, if you're finding yourself you're against the world and you're not sure and you can't just get a hold of 2020 and be like, I feel like I'm moving forward, get a list of all the goals. Put them through the environmental filter. The ones that don't work, cross them out. They're gone. For the moment, it just is what it is. It is. It is what it is. Number 2, back to number 1. Take all those filters, and if they didn't pass the filter, but you can make an adjustment so then they are within your control, do that. Number 2, add some more goals that are in your control and will pass the environmental factor. 3, go to the date of when you've actually have accomplished your goal and put it there, I'm going to accomplish my goal by this, and then write down all your inputs that you need to achieve that goal and schedule them in prior. It's that simple. If you do that, you're going to be on top of 2020. I hope you got some value out of this video. Again, if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. We talk about mastering your mind. Your mind is one of the most important things that takes you out or takes you in to success, abundance, and wealth and everything that you could ever imagine. It's your mind. It's not your neighbor. It's not anybody else. Your mind is the biggest thing that you have to master. Number 2, we transform your physique. Your physique, your body is your vehicle of life that you explore with. If you feel good about this, if you've got mobility in it, if you've got action in it, then you're going to feel and perform better in all other areas. And number three, we talk about achieving freedom. And that's in the financial sense, because reality is if you're working a 9-to-5 job or going to a job you hate every day, you are trading time for money, which is paying for your housing, for your food, but that isn't freedom. True freedom is waking up every day and doing life with purpose, how you want it, not doing things that you don't want to do. It's been Andrew V. I hope you got some value out of this. Check out the next video because that will probably give you some more insights. Bye.